Now the last day at camp, after camp, uh, I saw the UFOs with my own two eyes. So these people that's trying to say there's no such thing as UFOs and unidentified flying objects by what the government say or however they want to pronounce it, aerial phenomenon. But we know these to be the chariots of Israel because it happened to the Israelites. And when they say chariots of fire, it's talking about uh, light pretty much because you don't um, when you look at these things, you know they're not planes. When you zoom in, you know it's not a plane and it's not a helicopter. Because the helicopter and the plane, they have blinking lights or the light will stay on. And so these moving lights ain't stars because stars stay still. They're not a shooting star because a shooting star go across the sky real fast. These are lights in the sky and they're moving slowly, hovering around each other. You see, now when you go in the scriptures, let's get up 4 or 5 scriptures. 2 Kings, 2nd chapter, the 12th verse. Well, let me start at the 11th verse. It saying it came to pass as they still went on and talked that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into pieces. See, this was something so powerful that Elijah ripped his clothes open. See, it was not a normal situation, but he told what happened. Now let's get this how he described it. He said went up by a whirlwind, and he called it a chariot of fire and a chariot of Israel. Okay, so when you go to Ezekiel, the 1st chapter, Ezekiel saw the same thing. He said that the word of the Lord came to Ezekiel. He said the hand of the Lord was upon him. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4, it says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. See, that's how he described the chariot of Israel, the chariot of fire. He said a great cloud and a fire in itself, and a great cloud and a fire enfolding itself. That's why he called it the chariot of fire. And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So this was a cloud-like situation. He called it a whirlwind, he called it a cloud, and he called it fire. So let's go to 2 verses that'll really bring this one out. Let's see here. We got the whirlwind. Let's get that. It said like a great cloud. Isaiah 60. and 8. It say, who are these that fly as a cloud, as the doves to their windows? Just jump down to verse 9. Surely the ices shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring your sons from afar. So these ships is gonna fly like a cloud and bring the Israelites from afar. This whirlwind that took up Elijah. Okay, now let's go to 66, Isaiah 66, because it described the second coming of Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. It says, for behold, the Lord shall come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. See that chariot of fire? That chariot of Israel was a whirlwind that took up Elijah. Ezekiel saw the same whirlwind and great cloud. Okay, so the Lord is gonna come with his chariots. What do Revelation say? 1:7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. See, he said Yahweh was gonna come with clouds, and every eye shall see him. See, he gonna have a UFO, or a so-called UFO, that every eye gonna be able to see it. Okay. So then when you go to what is it? Let's get Isaiah again, chapter 66. And just like Isaiah 60, it said that the ships were going to gather the sons from afar. Look at Isaiah 66:20. It said, and they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Lord out of all nations, upon horses and in chariots. See? In chariots. So these chariots is going to bring the children of Israel from afar. Okay? They're going to bring the children of Israel from afar. Then let's just look at what Yahweh said. And or his disciples said. Let's see here. First Thessalonians, one of the first books written by Apostle Paul. One of the first. Could have been Galatians or Corinthians, but Thessalonians was said to be one of the first. First Thessalonians 4:16, it says, for the Lord shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. There go the clouds again, that whirlwind, that great cloud. He was going to come with clouds. He was going to come with his chariots. See, that's precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Okay, let's get Revelations, and I'll close out. Revelations 11:12. What does it say? Say the same thing. It said, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Come on, man. It don't get no simpler than that. Ezekiel said it was a great cloud and a whirlwind. Elijah said it was a whirlwind that took up that took up Elijah. Or Jeremiah, whoever wrote First King, was inspired, or even what you call it, Ezra's, whoever wrote First King, they said pretty much had the same situation. That Elijah was taken up in the whirlwind, great cloud, chariot, it's cloud, whirlwind, chariot. Oh, let's get Isaiah again. It's another one in Isaiah. Isaiah 19:1. It say be and the burden of Edom, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. Come on, man. Fly as a cloud. They're using that as a similitude. Hosea 12:10. He spoke by the mouth of the prophets, and he's by using similitudes. See, he used a cloud as a similitude. Fly as a cloud. Because that's what these things look like when they get close up. They can be small or they can be big as a cloud. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the true peace of the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.